And anybody, not just Navy SEALs, but anybody that can accomplish anything that is hard. Mm-hmm. The only separator is that they really want to be there. Mm-hmm. There's some people that get inspired, mm-hmm. and that inspiration moves them to try to do something. But that inspiration is very high right now in this nice environment. We're in a nice environment. Mm-hmm. The ocean's out there. Mm-hmm. I'm talking to you. If I want to go to the fucking refrigerator and get something to drink, mm-hmm. eat, I can. I watch a movie about some badasses, you're inspired. Mm-hmm. But the second you're not in this environment, mm-hmm. and you're actually doing what inspired you, that suck factor is now real. You can't just get off your fucking couch and get a fucking shake, mm-hmm. or get a fucking box of donuts, or turn the TV, or go take a shit or a piss, or mm-hmm. go get your girlfriend and cuddle up. No, mm-hmm. you're now there. And only those people who have been there a million times in their minds, mm-hmm. and have lived in that water and have suffered a million times and realize my legs may break, mm-hmm. my knee may break, my bones will hurt. I will be the coldest I've been in my life. I will be miserable, and accept that. Because what happens is when you get in a horrible situation in life, your mind, I call it my 1 second decision. When you get in a horrible situation in life, your mind immediately says, get out of here. Mm-hmm. Everybody's does, even if you want to be there. Mm-hmm. But it starts to have all these different questions, mm-hmm. in your mind in that 1 second. And it says, okay, why are you here? Why are you doing this? Why this? Why that? And then you start to say to yourself, if you don't want to be there that bad, I have a beautiful wife at home, man. Why the am I doing this, man? Mm-hmm. Like, this is stupid. This is gonna get these guys injured. Like they're gonna pay for this for the rest of their lives. I'm not gonna break my body up to do this. Mm-hmm. Your mind starts to say, yeah, this is stupid. Mm-hmm. But if you are already knowing that this is gonna happen to you, you have all the answers to these questions that your mind starts to give you when you're in suffer mode.
Yeah.
You have to be there but not there at the graduation.
Okay.
You gotta be there in the worst
in the
parts
suffering
that you know over and over again. You gotta live that in your mind.
Do you like suffering, or do you just deal with suffering? Real answer.
Real answer?
Yeah.
I like to see, real answer, I like to get a bunch of men together.
Okay.
Men,
mm-hmm.
that are the hardest of the hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be with these men. And I want to see them suffer. Because I'm suffering right along with you, but I want to see me get through it. I want to see what you're made of. I want to see, almost like the Colosseum, mm-hmm. in Rome. Mm-hmm. Let's fucking go to the fucking Colosseum. And the only way to see who the baddest motherfucker is to suffer. You can't do it by writing a paper. So let's go. Because why? What I found out through my life was I thought of myself as some weak little bitch kid. And what I found out, and the only message I want to get across to people is, once you change one thing, your mindset, you can attack everything. And I find it fascinating. I'm fascinated because I'll be in these moments. I put these guys on some fucking pedestal.
Yeah, which people do with you.
They do with me, and they shouldn't. And I was this guy who was a piece of shit looking at these, oh my God, how are you guys this amazing? But once I worked my way up there, I said, my God, man, we can all compete. Let's go. So do I like suffering? I like suffering in the way that is competitive.
Yep.
That brings out the absolute best in me and in everybody else. Mm-hmm. So I want to see a man be defeated. Mm-hmm. I want to see a man get broken and say, fuck you. Mm. I love these men. Mm. These men I love, but there's very few of them. Mm. There's very few of them. And there's very few that are willing to go there more than once. Mm. A lot of people, even people who've gone through special ops, mm-hmm. it kicks the shit out of them to a point where in their mind, what got me bad in pararescue was when I was going through it, I said, I'm only gonna do this one time. Mm. And so many people in special ops, whether they believe it or not, in anything, fuck special ops in anything, that's hard. I'm only doing this one time. Mm-hmm. Once you say that, you fuck yourself.
Like, I work with a lot of athletes when they get out of their career. They made this massive sacrifice all their life to get to the NFL. They make that thing happen. They're only willing to do it once.
Right.
And when that's over, their identity's set on that thing forever. And they just repeat the stories from that time over and over.
That's right.
And I watch them have such a difficult second half of their life. I try to help them with that. I've watched it with business people. And you and I were talking off camera. So I've started to uncover with me the last couple of years that I've been on social media and teaching these things. And if you gave me that mirror test the last couple of years,
right,
that accountability mirror, when I look in it, I'm starting to look at a dude who used to do some crazy shit that was cool in his life, really accomplish some things. And all these accolades, people follow you, they listen to you, they think you're something special. You have that, I have that. Clearly the differences in our lives are too vast to even mention what you've achieved. But I'm starting to realize something about myself that I want to give the audience a gift of, and I want you to talk about it. You know what, I've just accepted, I'm only going to be happy when I'm grinding for something.
That's right.
I'm only going to be happy when I'm growing. I don't want to talk about stuff I used to do. Mm-hmm. I want to do something great with my life. I don't know that I can get to the mental level you have, but I think everybody here needs to know something. If you just think you're going to do something temporarily once, man, you're going to be unhappy when it's over.
That's right.
How about you right now? When you look in the mirror right now, so Goggins looks in the accounting mirror today, mm-hmm. What does he see and what are your thoughts about that?
So who I was this nobody guy. Mm-hmm. And I created this Goggins. Mm-hmm. And that Goggins, there's David Goggins and there's Goggins. David Goggins is a calm, cool guy that sits back. Used to be a, weak kid. Mm-hmm. Now he's just a normal guy. Mm-hmm. Goggins is a guy that is willing to tape up his legs to go after it. Mm-hmm. In that book, you read about David Goggins and also Goggins. What I realized in my life is that Goggins is who I love. Mm-hmm. Goggins is who I created. Mm-hmm. My dad created David Goggins. I created Goggins. Mm-hmm. So what's happening with me, and since Can't Hurt Me came out, and since I got on social media, which is why I fucking don't like social media, which is why I'm not on there very much, which is why I give people one time, I have to do me. Mm-hmm. I have to do me. So people get it fucking twisted, man. I am who I am. Yeah. What's in that book is me. Yeah. So now what they see is this guy who's trying to get people to get off their fucking ass. Mm-hmm. That just happened to happen, man. Mm-hmm. I didn't set out. When I set out to be a fucking SEAL and set out to go to Ranger School and all this other shit I did and break records, I didn't set out to fucking please motherfuckers.
Right.
I didn't set out to say, hey, pay me now. I got a great fucking story. Mm-hmm. Fuck that. Mm-hmm. And I realize now that my life has kind of gotten to a point where people know me, mm-hmm. I have followers and whatnot. The biggest depression of my life is you get caught up into helping so many people out, and it's great, and I love that, but you lose yourself in all of that shit. Truth. It literally, and people go, man, but my God, like you're changing. I get all that shit, man. Mm-hmm. But what the fuck is motivating you in that book? What's motivating you is the fucking stories I'm telling you about what I did in my life. Mm-hmm. Once I stop living that, I'm no more.
Yes.
I am not the fucker that you are now being motivated from. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So right now in the mirror, I now got back to Goggins. Mm-hmm. I'm now back to running 100 miles a week. I'm now back to getting the fuck. I saw and I talk to my girl about all the time. You travel, you speak, you all this shit. Mm-hmm. It's all fucking great and dandy for most people. Mm-hmm. I'm Goggins. What makes me is the dungeon. Mm-hmm. And yeah, and people are, well, oh my God, like they're gonna hear this, my God, you don't have any peace in your life. Don't get it fucking twisted. Mm-hmm. Weak people who hear me get all fucking poopy pants about how I talk. So be it. Mm-hmm. What changed me was I had to be hard on myself. Yep. And I have to continue to grind myself into a fine dust. Yeah. Period. Yeah. That's where I feel good. Mm-hmm. I feel like I accomplished something. If things come easy, it's not fun. I must fail at something repeatedly. Mm-hmm. It has to haunt me. Mm-hmm. And then once I complete it, I feel like I accomplished something. Mm-hmm. I don't want to set out and say, oh, there's an A. We're good. It's fucking stupid. Mm-hmm. No, I want to turn it in 1,000,000 times and say you failed. You failed. And I said, okay, Roger that. And sit there and analyze what I'm doing wrong. Go to these places that people don't go to anymore because all this fucking social media shit and everything's computerized. I want to go to that dark place in my mind and say, okay, how are we going to get this done?